Evening. Welcome back to the channel. Today is May 21st, 2026, and we are breaking down the biggest headlines in health and medicine. From a groundbreaking expansion in global health assemblies to a massive disparity in pediatric surgery outcomes, today's stories will change how we look at healthcare access and disease prevention. Let's get right into it. Global Health and Equity, the 79th World Health Assembly. We kick off with a major milestone in global health. This week in Geneva, the 79th World Health Assembly is convening to tackle massive systemic changes. In a vital statement backed by Gavi, the Vaccine Alliance, 14 ministers are pushing for decentralized, country-led health systems. This means empowering individual countries to direct their own immunization and crisis preparedness strategies rather than relying solely on global directives. Pediatrics and public health. While global organizations push for better infrastructure, the stakes for the world's most vulnerable remain dangerously high. A major international study led by the University of Cambridge and published in the Lancet Child and Adolescent Health has revealed a grim reality. Children requiring emergency surgery for severe abdominal injuries are nearly 6 times more likely to die if treated in poorer countries compared to wealthier ones. The study, which reviewed trauma laparotomies across 32 countries, highlights an urgent call to action for surgical capacity building globally. Clinical updates, cancer and lifestyle. Turning to cutting-edge clinical research, a new dual-threshold diagnostic model is helping identify patients with pancreatic cancer who might have high-risk disease but missed early detection. We also have some crucial nutritional updates. Researchers published new findings in the European Heart Journal linking common food preservative additives to elevated risks of high blood pressure and cardiovascular disease. Be sure to check your food labels. Local news, India hospital safety and NEET UG. We have several critical domestic stories coming out of India today. First, hospital safety is back in the spotlight after a devastating short-circuit fire in the intensive care unit at a Dehradun hospital killed 1 and injured 16 others, highlighting glaring concerns regarding emergency preparedness. Meanwhile, on the medical education front, over 2.2 million medical aspirants are preparing for the upcoming NEET UG 2026 re-examination. Scheduled for June 21st, following the cancellation of the initial May 3rd exam due to widespread paper leak controversies. Doxapram. Doxapram treats apnea of prematurity when standard therapies are insufficient, but its long-term neurodevelopmental effects and dose-dependent toxicity remain poorly understood. In this retrospective cohort study of 420 very low birth weight infants, doxapram exposure was not associated with adverse neurodevelopmental outcomes at 24 months corrected age, regardless of cumulative dose. These findings are reassuring, but prospective randomized trials are needed to confirm doxapram safety. Acta Pediatrica. Heimlich maneuver. The Heimlich maneuver, introduced in 1975, remains a crucial first-aid technique for choking, especially in severe foreign body airway obstructions. While generally safe, it requires caution in high-risk groups like children and older adults. Medscape. EtCO2. Exhaled end-tidal carbon dioxide, EtCO2, trajectory is associated with out-of-hospital cardiac arrest, OHC, outcomes. However, the minimum EtCO2 monitoring duration needed to discriminate return of spontaneous circulation, ROSC, from non-ROSC remains unknown. We sought to determine the EtCO2 trajectory observation time required to differentiate ROSC from non-ROSC patients. Depending on witness status and initial EtCO2, between 7 and 21 minutes of monitoring are needed to reliably differentiate upward from downward EtCO2 trajectories during OHCA resuscitation. Dynamic EtCO2 trajectory monitoring may provide early prognostic information to guide resuscitation. ahajournals.org. Outro and call to action. Closing script, that wraps up your global medical update. Which of these breakthroughs